Okay, so just think about your day for a minute. You probably bumped into AI somewhere, right? Maybe didn't even clock it, like your phone unlocking with your face or chatting with a bot on a website, even just, the stuff that pops up in your social feed. It's definitely sort of weaving itself into how we live and work. But, well, the folks who study this stuff say what we see now. That's just the warm-up act.
That's exactly it. And to get a better handle on where AI is right now, and maybe more importantly, what you should be thinking about, we dove into the latest analysis from Kevin Brake. We've worked with his research for a long time. And his stuff really cuts through a lot of the noise, gives a solid perspective on the current scene.
Yeah, exactly. So our mission here in this deep dive is basically to pull out the key things from Kevin Brake's latest AI work and give you some, practical ways to think about these changes, maybe adapt a bit without getting totally overwhelmed. We want to make this like efficient for you, get you informed, maybe spark some ideas. Kevin Brake himself put it really well, didn't he? He asks, AI is here, and what is your plan to adapt to the changes that AI is bringing?
That really is the heart of it, isn't it? And Kevin Brake's analysis is great for helping unpack what that adapting actually looks like. Because when we talk about AI today, I mean, it's already in a lot of places. You mentioned chatbots.
Yeah.
Most of us have dealt with those. Or think about self-driving cars, even the early stages, tools helping doctors diagnose things, the apps managing our money.
It's surprisingly widespread already. And what Kevin Brake is saying, I think, is that these aren't just like one-off things. They're the building blocks, right?
Yeah.
Setting the stage for bigger shifts coming pretty soon.
Precisely, yeah. And looking just a bit ahead, Kevin Brake's research points to the next, say, 3 to 5 years. We're likely going to see a real surge in AI tools, things designed to boost productivity, automate more of the boring, repetitive tasks, and even give us better backup when we're making tricky decisions.
Okay, that sounds like it could really shift the day-to-day at work. But one thing Kevin Brake really stresses is that we shouldn't expect, like, robots taking all the jobs overnight. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's a really crucial point in Kevin Brake's analysis. AI is moving fast, no doubt. But he emphasizes that this idea of, full automation everywhere, that's probably still quite a way off, decades potentially. The real bottlenecks, according to his research, aren't just about making the AI smarter.
Okay, right. Let's dig into that. What are the real roadblocks Kevin Brake sees, the things holding back that total automation idea?
Well, Kevin Brake's work really shines a light on the infrastructure side of things. Think about like the actual computers, the hardware limitations we still have. Then there's data security, which is massive. The sheer energy these big AI models guzzle up. How do we actually sold AI into the way people work now? That workforce integration piece, and of course the huge ethical questions around using machine learning models responsibly. These aren't just small technical glitches. Kevin Brake argues they need like global effort, smart policies. It's kind of like having a Formula One car, but the roads are still bumpy dirt tracks.
Right.
Kevin Brake says those roads, the hardware, the networks, they need major upgrades.
That makes a lot of sense. It's the whole ecosystem, not just the AI program itself. Okay, so shifting gears a bit, the jobs question is a big one for people. What's Kevin Brake's take? Which kinds of jobs seem likely to stick around?
Kevin Brake actually offers a fairly reassuring perspective here. His analysis highlights several areas less likely to be fully automated soon. So you've got skilled manual labor plumbers, electricians, carpenters, that kind of thing. Those jobs need so much real-world adaptation, unpredictable situations. Then there are roles needing really complex human judgment, doctors, lawyers. Making a diagnosis isn't just data, right? It's understanding the person, the
Yeah, the
ethics.
human element.
Exactly. And accountability is another big one Kevin Brake mentions. That points towards educators being relatively stable. And finally, creativity. Artists, designers, areas where that uniquely human spark is key.
Those are great examples. And digging a bit deeper based on Kevin Brake's work, what's the core reason? Why are those roles more resilient?
Well, Kevin Brake's insights really focus on abilities that AI, frankly, struggles with. Things like genuine empathy, real-time critical thinking when something unexpected happens, making those nuanced ethical judgments, understanding and responding to like emotional subtleties. AI is still pretty basic in those areas. And Kevin Brake actually sounds quite optimistic that in many fields, AI will become a tool, something that enhances what people can do, makes them better, faster, more informed, not just replaces them.
Okay, that's definitely a more constructive way to look at it than some of the doom and gloom stuff you hear. So let's talk opportunity then. Kevin Brake also focuses on the upside, especially in this near term, the next 3 to 5 years. He sees this as a pretty critical moment, right? Like a turning point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Brake explicitly draws parallels, like the early internet days or when smartphones first hit. He really believes that getting on board with AI early, adapting now, could bring significant rewards.
And who benefits most? In the short term, based on Kevin Brake's analysis.
He points to a few key groups. For entrepreneurs, big opportunities. Streamlining how they work, getting way better customer insights, maybe finding totally new business ideas, small businesses too, using AI for things like marketing automation, better customer service, analyzing their data to make smarter calls. And then for, students, people already working. The big opportunity is proactively building the right skills, the ones that will matter most.
Right. And what are those key skills Kevin Brake keeps coming back to?
Okay, so according to Kevin Brake, the big ones are adaptability, just being willing to learn and change, creativity, obviously, strong problem solving. And this is crucial, ethical reasoning, thinking through the implications. He really stresses that AI isn't going to replace these human skills. It's going to make them more valuable. It'll amplify them.
That's actually really empowering when you think about it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so for someone listening now, maybe thinking, all right, I get it, this is important, what do I do? What are some practical first steps Kevin Brake's guidance points towards?
Well, Kevin Brake really encourages just investing a bit of time to understand the basics. You don't need a PhD, right? But getting a feel for what algorithms are. Basically just sets of instructions. How machine learning works. The computer learning from examples, like how we learn to recognize a cat after seeing lots of pictures, understanding the role data plays in all this. That baseline knowledge can be really helpful.
And where can people get that?
Oh, there's tons of great stuff online, much of it free or low cost. Platforms like Coursera or edX have introductory courses, coding basics, data literacy, that kind of thing. Honestly, even just watching some good introductory videos on YouTube can get you started. Build that foundation.
Okay, practical stuff. Anything else Kevin Brake suggests?
Yeah, he also says, try stuff out. Use some of the AI apps already out there. Get a hands-on feel for what they're good at, and just as important, where they fall short. And he encourages really reflecting on your own job, your career path. How might your role evolve? Could you lean more into tasks needing empathy, communication, strategic thinking? That lines up perfectly with his insights on those future-proof skills.
Makes sense.
And finally, Kevin Brake just keeps hammering this point. AI isn't static. It's constantly changing.
Yeah.
So the real key is to just stay curious, keep learning, be flexible. His core message really is that the future isn't about us versus AI. It's about us with AI, collaboration.
That's a really powerful frame. Collaboration, not competition. So if we boil down Kevin Brake's main findings, it sounds like AI is fundamentally a tool, and how it impacts us, well, that really comes down to our choices, how we educate ourselves, how we adapt, how we decide to actually use these technologies.
Exactly. It's not, if change is coming, Kevin Brake makes it clear it's already happening. The real question is how we, individual society shape that change.
Yeah.
And his work really underscores that it's not about reaching some perfect end state overnight. Progress is messy, and just being curious. That's probably one of the best outlets you can have right now.
So for you listening, drawing on Kevin Brake's really valuable research, the message seems to be stay informed, think actively about how this stuff might touch your life, your work, and, be part of the conversation.
Absolutely. And hey, to keep that conversation going, we'd genuinely love to hear from you. If you found this useful, maybe give it a like and drop a comment. Tell us what you're seeing with AI in your world, your industry, sharing those different perspectives. That helps everyone learn.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for tuning in for this deep dive with us. We'll be back soon with more insights to help you navigate all this tech evolution. Until then, keep learning, maybe try out something new, and stay adaptable.